Hi, everyone. Henry DeVries from Agency Rainmaker TV. This is the TV show where we help agency owners, marketing experts, people in the digital marketing space. We help them find right fit clients, clients that they want. Uh, how do you do that? By marketing that you're proud of. So we bring you experts to help you do that. And we've got Doug Sandler with us today, somebody who I've written about in Forbes and just really like sharing his wisdom with the world. Doug, how are you today?
Henry, thank you for having me. I'm excited to be able to share with you again. It's been way too many years since we had that first conversation. Looking forward to picking up the ball and seeing where we left off.
So true. And if anybody is wondering, is Doug part of sales and marketing royalty? Yes, he is. He is the son of David Sandler and the Sandler sales system. And I'm Sandler President's Club and proud of it. But Doug, let's talk about your business and what you do to help people.
Great. I appreciate that, Henry, and thank you so much. It's very rare that I have an opportunity to actually find somebody that not only knows my dad, but it was a part of the group as well. So thank you for sharing that. So, as you said, my name's Doug Sandler. I'm the founder of a company called Turnkey Podcast Production. At our core, we're really just we're much more than a production company. We're a relationship-driven podcast partner, and I think that you very similar in your business do what I do. It's all about the relationships. So we help people use conversations to build connections that actually move their business forward at the heart of what we do, and that's pretty much where we are.
Right. Do you have a certain target group you go after, Doug?
Well, I find that the people that have a message that is connected to their business or want to share a message that's connected to their business really helps. True crime and how-to video and podcasts are not necessarily the ones that we focus on. Not that we would turn them away, but we find that we make the best fit for those that are in an industry that wants to share their message and just have it wants a creative way to get their message out to the world.
Okay. So no murders in the building. We're not going to do that. Or
Well, no, but that show certainly did help us in podcast production. It's like everybody's got a podcast nowadays, so it has been a valuable tool. The
yes.
TV shows have been
Yes.
very helpful for us.
Everybody on Interstate 5 has a podcast. We can be pretty sure of that.
Exactly.
Okay. Um, so how do you, well, first, how do you make it rain for your business? How do you get clients?
Well, we really do focus on people. We don't focus on downloads. So while we do handle the production and the editing and publishing for people, I mean that's the table stakes. If you can't do that, then you shouldn't be in the production business. What we really do is we help our clients show up, have better conversations. We guide them who to talk to, how to engage in a way that kind of feels natural to them, and how to turn a podcast into a consistent relationship building platform instead of just another piece of content. I think there's enough content out there in the world ad nauseum. So we don't want to just create more content. Let's create content with a purpose, and that purpose is to build some great relationships.
I'll share something because of what you do and the importance of it, the nobility of it. I was with a Forbes editor last week, and they said that we'll never be replaced by AI. And I said, why is that? He said, because you can tell stories, you find stories, you get people to share stories, and stories matter. And there's a lot of there's a tsunami of AI content out there, but stories that really bring a message home that people can think about, it can touch their heart, it can make them feel noble, and it can bring a smile to the face or even a good laugh. That's so important. So
So
thank you for the work you do to connect people.
I appreciate that. And I totally agree with you. Just to add fuel to that fire, just for a quick second, I have another show, another podcast. I have several, but one of them is called Ford Mustang, the Early Years Podcast. I'm a classic car fan, and I have a 1965 Mustang in my garage. And I always tell everybody when they are guests on the show, and we have almost 200, or I think over 200 now, episodes of that particular show running for 4 or 5 years. One of the things I say is let's not get into the mechanics of the show. I mean, of your car. Let's get into the story. Why do you love your Mustang? Why do people love your Mustang? Why, so people love and it being a top like 2% ranked global podcast, what's really cool about it is it's proven in the pudding. People love the story. They're not just coming for what size wheels and what size engine and what's the timing look like and all of that. I don't even know most of that stuff. I do know what a good story sounds like, and you are 100% right. It is all about the story.
I'm not a gearhead, but there's a very famous country artist, and like a lot of us, they struggled. There were the top ramen years, the Kraft mac and cheese years,
Sure.
on the way up, and now, uh, and his first car he loved so much, and then he's married 25 years, and his wife gives him a car for his birthday, and he says, "Honey, this is so great. It looks just like that first car I had." She goes, "Honey, it is the first car you had."
Wow, she
She
found it.
hunted it down and restored, and he had that restored car.
See, that is a
So there's a
story.
story that just moves you.
You can't recreate that. I mean, you can recreate it with AI, but it doesn't mean the same thing as when you're hearing the emotion and the human element of that story. When you said it's not just a car that looked like your car, it was the car. They hunted it down, and that's like one of those
Yeah.
goes right to the feels, you know.
And now that's a grand example of a curated gift. And one of the things we teach in business development, do you send curated gifts to these relationships that you make? So let's say somebody's on your podcast and you learn something about them. Um, and people have learned that I'm a baseball nut. I have visited 44 Major League Baseball parks. I have
Nice.
three to go before I touch them all. I was a sports writer, my first job with the Associated Press covering baseball. So that's who I am. Uh, and then people will send me curated gifts about baseball and found something. Not that it's they're not necessarily expensive or anything like that, but they know that's who I am and that I would appreciate. And I try to do the same. So as you can tell, I'm very high on podcasting,
Sure.
and I call it a TV show just because we said everybody on Interstate 5 has a podcast. So, but how many have a TV show? It's the same thing. We're on YouTube, but we're on Spotify and iTunes. It's the same strategy. Well, what other advice do you share with people, Doug?
Well, I always tell everybody in the very beginning, it's not about the downloads. It really is about the people, as I mentioned a little bit earlier. I'd much rather have 20 people listening in my audience on any regular basis than 20,000 people that aren't doing anything. The 20 people that you have, you're going to build a relationship with them over the years. And we've had, it's not like we have millions and millions and millions of people that listen to our podcast every episode, but we have a good audience and it's a good engaged audience. And we know many of our audience members by name, by first name. Why? Because they call in. We have a voicemail line. They call in. We have a personal relationship with them. We have a text thread going with a bunch of them in our just using our cell phones. It really is a great way to build relationships. So for me, I really do emphasize with our clients, it's not about the downloads, it's about the relationships that you build, it's the conversations with the right guests. If you approach it with curiosity and you listen well and you follow up like a human being, not a salesperson, you actually will find it is an amazing business development tool. What's interesting, Henry, is that you're not getting the majority of your business from your listening audience. You're getting the majority of your business from that guest that's sitting in the hot seat in the guest chair because those are the ones that you're building the relationship with. And those that ignore that or look past that and just look at the numbers are really using the wrong metrics to determine success. So let's not look at the metric of downloads. Let's look at the metric of how many great relationships can you build in over 11 years, 1,700 episodes, and 1,000 plus of which have been interview episodes. I've built a couple of hundred great relationships with people that you can't put a value on them because they're so valuable, invaluable relationships.
Let me echo it. I've been in business now for 12 years in this, and somebody advised me. He was the person who advised Simon Sinek, and he said, "Henry, you're not in the book business. You're in the authority making business. You help people become authorities
Mm-hmm.
because of their books and the articles and the podcasts and the speaking and all these things that you do. So we're in a different kind of business than just podcasting or publishing or something like that. Um, and 85% of our business now comes from referrals.
Yeah.
But some of that is reminding all those people that we have relationships with that we exist. Because as one of my authors said, it's not their job to remember that you exist. It's your job
Right.
to remind them on a monthly basis
Try
that you
living it.
exist.
Try living in a silo. It does not work very well. You need to share with people what you do and how you do it. You need to remind them gently how good you are at customer service, at touch points. How many times I was just on the phone with a company today. My mom's 92 years old, looking for a cell phone. There are many senior cell phone carriers that are out there, but a senior cell phone carrier that is not willing to pick up the phone, say hello, be a person on the other end of the line is not really someone that's going to be appealing or appetizing for someone that's 92 years old. And so you need to find a way to find where your market is communication wise, reach them there, meet them there, engage them there, and that will come back to reward you manyfold over the years that you have your business.
Doug, I see we're almost out of time. Is there anything you wanted to add before we bid adieu?
I just appreciate what you do, how you do it, getting the message out, getting the word out. When we first got together through Forbes magazine, and you shared an article, some information about me, I've been using that in my signature line for as many years as you have provided that. So I so appreciate what you do. I love the idea of. I wish I was better at it, at curating gifts and good encouraging words for people. I want you to find those last two ballparks, three ballparks that you haven't been to yet. I know you'll get there, and before you go to that great stadium in the sky, I know you will accomplish your mission.
My my I talked to my financial advisor this week, Doug, and what he says is um, before you graduate, and I said, graduate? He goes, well, you're going to a better place than you're at right now, right? I said, oh, the big graduation. Yes, before I do the big graduation. So yeah, before that, I'm trying to get those ballparks in before the big graduation
You'll get
that's
there.
coming up.
No doubt in
Okay.
my mind. You're a goal focused guy, and I'm excited to hear when you finally get there.
Oh, have we met? Okay. Doug, thanks so much for being with us today. And to all our viewers, until next time, make it rain.